Yeah, when I say consistency, and this is not pertaining to FGT specifically, this is across your GTO tasks, all nine. So you need to show similar behavior. By similar behavior, I mean if you have a set of strengths and weaknesses, they should be observable in all the tasks because you are the same person, right? You are not changing with each task. Although you are expected to adapt, you are expected to be flexible with the given conditions, your core personality factors, your core qualities will never change. So that similarity in behavior is expected. If you are naturally performing, if you are not faking anything, then you are already checking this box. You don't need to consciously think of this. Energy levels, again, this you can build with practice. You can build with telling yourself consciously to maintain high energy. Initial first mein people are usually, buzzing with energy, coming out with, all the josh in the world. But as and when the tasks get challenging, difficult, the energy levels tend to drop down. Or let's say your performance has been bad in one or two tasks, then you lose interest because you know you're not getting recommended. That's also a wrong assumption, by the way. You never know whether you are getting recommended or not. So even if you do badly in one or two tasks, maintain that positive attitude and do well in the remaining. So that energy levels, whether they are consistent, whether they are dropping, going up, that is being observed. How will you manage fatigue? This we just discussed. How do you manage exhaustion? How do you manage physical and mental fatigue? And still performing effectively in spite of being tired. That is observed. And do you remain cooperative till the end? I told you, you may have a lot of differences. You may see dominating people. You may see not very helpful people. Do you still cooperate with everyone? Because this is your team ultimately. You are being allotted to a team and you were not choosing them. So just like how you can't choose your parents, you cannot choose your teammates or subordinates in the army. They are there and you have to perform. Mostly people are good. At least in the army, SSB may I can't comment. There may be a set of diverse people, different people. Good or bad is again, we are no one to judge. But in the army, all people are good. So you will be given a group. By good, I mean again, वो भी context पे depend करता है. They may be good in other contexts, but for this mission, for the operation you are going for, they may not be the 100% best guys, but you are there with them and you are supposed to perform. You are supposed to deliver your results. So you will have to cooperate. You will have to उनसे काम निकलवाना ही पड़ेगा. So that behavior do you show in the initial stages when you are an aspirant itself? That is being observed. So the GTO will value consistent performance. If you show brilliance here and there कि GD में बहुत अच्छे points बोल दिया but outdoor tasks में बहुत delay हो, या your physical prowess is very good but your indoor intellect, yeah, your qualities like communication, listening to people, all these are bad, that is not valued. Consistently, even if you are performing slightly above average, you are a good candidate. You need not show occasional brilliance here and there. You need to be consistent and good overall. Okay, that is all. And your body language counts in your GTO tasks overall. So I just wanted to list them down, and these are mostly self-explanatory. So I'll not go into details. Have an alert posture. Always be mission ready. Always be ready to act on whatever you are given. Helping gestures, very important again. You should be cooperative. You should be helping the weaker candidates. Try to maintain eye contact as much as possible whenever you are communicating with the GTO or with your own group. Try to look into each other's faces and talk. That shows confidence. That shows respect to the other person. And be active. Be physically moving, agile here and there. So overall, try to be a energetic candidate. I mean, negative body language aspects could be just standing idle, not involving yourself, being a passive member, being a dead passenger, whatever you can call. An idle person is never a good military person, so avoid this. Disengagement again, not showing interest in what is happening. हाँ group वाले कर रहे हैं, मैं I'll also just continue with them. I'll not actively engage with them. I'll not contribute. That is a very bad quality. So always try to engage actively. Your capacity you cannot change. Your physical fitness, your intellect, all those are already there. But although your qualities are not up to the mark, whether you will engage yourself well, or even if they are more than what is expected, do you stay humble and still engage in a cordial, effective manner? That is what engagement means. And do not show aggressive gestures. Do not get personal. Do not use abuses. Do not do any physical threat or anything of those sorts. You will be straight away not recommended if you do those things. And do not look away, do not show disinterest. Try to show as much conscious interest as possible. So your body language overall truly reflects your attitude and engagement level, and that is very important for an officer, especially given your GTO tech tasks ka context. They are expecting you to be a leader, to be a group member, to show your leadership in action when given missions. So these things will count a lot, your attitude and your engagement. So try to show them in a good, effective way. And what is effective communication throughout your group tasks? I have tried to summarize. Even this is fairly self explanatory. Be very clear, be loud enough, be respectful to others, and be purpose driven. These are, again, fairly simple terms. I don't think I need to reiterate or explain them one by one. What to avoid when you are communicating across your GTO tasks? Do not give orders without any reasoning. Just because you are in a position and you feel something is correct, you can't pass orders because all of you are equal except the command task, and even there you cannot pass orders without reasoning. You need to give some logical explanation. You need to be respectful while communicating, and do not shout. Do not be passively silent, and do not do any irrelevant talk. You're not here to gossip. You're not here to share personal things. उसके लिए अलग टाइम है. After you are done with the tasks, you will go back to your rooms. You can do anything there, but do not talk irrelevant things during the course of your GTO tasks. Yeah, this is effective communication. So, what is leadership? What is the real meaning of leadership when it comes to your SSB or your GTO tasks? This is what leadership means: you enabling others in performing to their best, you taking responsibility of the group's performance. It does not mean कि मैंने कुछ गलती किया and group ने अच्छा perform कर लिया तो the credit goes to me. You should always be willing to accept loss. Whenever there's a good thing, you give credit to the team. Whenever there's a bad thing, try to take responsibility of it. That is real leadership. Enabling others, I've explained. Encouraging participation, again, there will be weak members, there will be members who will not actively engage. So, do you drive real engagement from your team? That is also leadership. And trying to keep the group focused whenever there is digression, whenever there is, let's say, fish market situation or fights among the group. Will you keep the group focused and mission ready and towards what is expected at the end? Do you keep them aligned in that direction? Is very important. So true leadership emerges naturally through actions. It is not something where, let's say, by showing कि मैं अच्छा वॉइस में बात कर सकता हूँ, I can pass orders, I can do anything which, see, leadership is very very misunderstood by people. You cannot uh, show leadership unless you have it in you. It will not come out. So you being naturally a leader, showing it through actions is different, and you trying to display leadership is different. So you cannot display it unless you have it. So try to build it in your real life. Try to involve yourself in positions of responsibility, in positions where you are exercising leadership in whatever level. You need not be a big leader of some big team. Even if you have a team of two or three where you are doing some sort of leadership, that is also real practice. So that is how you will improve in your leadership, not by just acting in an expected way in your SSB, but by actually becoming a leader in real life. Okay, what is the role of average performers during your SSB GTO tasks? Like, people say I'm not very great at outdoor tasks. Even in GD, I am fairly average. So even the SSB is not looking for superstar candidates. The so-called average performers are also very good candidates, provided they do the right things. If they stay consistent across all the tasks, if they support others when required, if they are sincere, if they put genuine efforts instead of thinking कि मैं तो average हूँ, मैं कुछ नहीं करूँगा, do they sincerely put whatever best abilities they have, and do they remain involved? That is all is expected even from an average performer. So I told you this already. They appreciate consistent contribution and not occasional brilliance. Okay, that is what an average performer can do to improve his chances. The biggest red flags or the commonly observed bad behaviors in all your GTO tasks, and these are some behaviors which will seriously jeopardize your selection. So try to avoid these as much as possible. Not cooperating, breaking rules deliberately, giving up early when you are faced with challenges, blaming others, not taking responsibility, blaming the situation, blaming the team, etc., and showing aggression, showing hostile behavior towards others. All these are big red flags when it comes to your GTO tasks overall. Yeah, even one red flag can significantly impact GTO's assessment because these are your qualities. These are not your performances in any task. These are observable behaviors throughout your, all the tasks. So if you show any of these qualities to some extent, then it's a big question on your overall suitability as an officer. So avoid these, red flags. How the GTO will frame his marking, and how will he give you the final verdict, his verdict, the final assessment from his side. He does a holistic evaluation. As I told you, it is not a combination of tasks कि GD में इतना numbers दिए, GPE में इतने दिए, फिर individual obstacles में इतने दिए. Not that. It's a combination of your qualities. Let's say if I am the GTO, I would rate you on your courage. Overall, across these 9 tasks, if I have to rate this candidate on courage, what would I give him? Across the 9 tasks, he would have shown courage in different contexts, right? Moral courage is different, physical courage is different. Your courage of accepting your mistake is moral. You trying to jump across difficult tasks is your physical courage. So अलग अलग चीज़ों को combine करके overall एक courage का score देंगे. And then similarly, all the qualities will be rated according to all the behaviors you have displayed. उसमें भी there are nuances. I don't need to explain them, and it is not up to you also to understand all those things. Just remember that you are scored on your qualities, not on your performance in individual tasks. Okay, that is what you need to understand. Yeah, this is how they are doing the final assessment, checking your overall group behavior, how good you are individually in terms of your leadership, initiative, etc. uh, Moments of leadership which will naturally come out because these tasks are designed in a way ki natural leaders will outshine, will emerge if they have it in them. And you being consistent across all the tasks. I told you this multiple times. Moments of brilliance won't help you, but being consistent, being good overall will help you. Yeah, one good task cannot compensate for poor overall verdict. This is important to understand. And also the other way, one poor performance will not deprove your chances drastically. Your overall performance, the holistic evaluation that comes out, only that matters. So yeah, even if you do bad in any task, don't get demotivated. Anyway, you are rated on your qualities, not your performance in each task.